It's a calm September afternoon. Emma sits on the balcony of her new apartment, strumming her guitar as the golden light touches her face. I really like it here, she thinks to herself, smiling softly. Her phone rings. Hey Emma, I'm on my way, says her friend Daniel. Lakeview Apartments, right? Yep, that's the one, she replies. Emma places her guitar on the stand and heads downstairs. As she steps outside to wait, a young man walks by holding a bunch of white roses. Those are beautiful, she thinks. Then her eyes drift up to his face, kind eyes, gentle smile. Their gazes meet for a moment and Emma feels her heart skip. Will, the young man, notices her too, the girl with a guitar. I should start playing mine again, he muses. He smiles before walking into the building, completely unaware that he's already taken up space in Emma's thoughts. Just then, Daniel's car pulls up. Hey Emma, you okay? You look a little flushed, he jokes. Oh, it's nothing, she says quickly, trying to hide her smile. As they drive off, Daniel keeps talking, but Emma is lost in her thoughts. Who was he? Does he live here? And those roses, who were they for? Meanwhile, upstairs, Will greets his grandmother with a warm hug. You always bring me flowers, she says fondly. Of course, Gran, he smiles. But as she talks, his mind drifts back to the girl outside with the guitar. When he leaves later, the image of her still lingers. Where does she live? Will I ever see her again? Days pass. One morning, Will visits his grandmother again. They sit on the balcony enjoying coffee when he hears a faint guitar melody drifting through the air. Do you hear that? He asks. That's a guitar. He gets up, following the sound through the hallway and down the elevator, but just as he steps outside, the music stops. Upstairs, Emma closes her balcony door, whispering to herself, That's enough for today. Will looks up, scanning every balcony, but sees no one. His grandmother notices his distracted look. Who's on your mind, dear? She asks kindly. He smiles faintly. Just someone. A few days later, Emma returns home and spots Will again, this time carrying pink roses. She wants to say something, but before she can, he disappears inside. In the elevator, the faint scent of roses fills the air, and she smiles quietly. One afternoon, Emma notices an elderly woman struggling with grocery bags near the entrance. Let me help you, Emma says warmly. The woman smiles. Thank you, dear, you're so kind. Inside the apartment, they share coffee and conversation. I'm new here, Emma tells her. I study music. How lovely, the woman says. My grandson visits often, such a good boy. He always brings me roses. Emma smiles, unaware that she's talking to Will's grandmother. Later, the grandmother thinks to herself, a music student. Could she be the girl with the guitar? Weeks go by. Daniel invites Emma to a weekend party. But when the day comes, Emma calls, I can't make it, I'm not feeling well. At that very party, Will happens to be there, a friend of Daniel's brother, but fate keeps them apart once again. October arrives. Emma visits her family for a week, while Will helps his grandmother who's recovering in the hospital. Before she returns home, he promises to bring her groceries. On a rainy Thursday night, Will is packing up his car when he runs into his friend Tom. I'm heading to Charlton, Will says. Perfect, I've got a friend who needs a ride, her name's Emma. Will agrees. A few minutes later, Emma gets into the car without realizing who's driving. The rain blurs the windows, they exchange polite small talk. Then Will asks, where do you live? Lakeview Apartments, Park Road. Will's eyes widen. That's my stop too. As they pull up, the rain slows. They both step out, glance at each other, and recognition dawns. You, the girl with the guitar. And you, the man with the roses. They both laugh, realizing how close they've been all along. I was bringing flowers for my grandmother, Will says, smiling. Your grandmother, Emma repeats softly, relief washing over her. Would you like to come up for some coffee? She offers shyly. I'd love to, he replies. That night they talk for hours. The next day, Will visits his grandmother again, a bright smile on his face and a bunch of red roses in hand. You look happy, she says knowingly. And red roses, aren't those for love? Will just smiles and leaves the apartment. Moments later, soft guitar music drifts from upstairs, followed by laughter. The grandmother sits on her balcony, the sun warm on her face, the scent of roses in the air. She smiles. Love, it seems, has finally found its way home.